Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at our four new chords now. And before you kind of freak out about having four chords all together and all these fingers going all over the fingerboard, let's take a look at what we call common fingers. Remember how the A chord, the way that I showed you that alternate way, and the D chord and the E chord all had finger one on that third string, and you just leave your first finger there and you slide it back and forth. Well, if you look at these chords here, A minor, C, G7, and G, they all have common fingers of some sort. Now, let's take a look. Look at finger one. I like to teach it in this order from A minor to G, and I'll show you why. Take a look at finger one in A minor, and take a look at finger one in C. It's in the same location. Now, take a look at your second finger right here on the fourth string, second fret, right there in the fourth string, second fret. It's the same place. So notice that fingers 1 and 2 on A minor and C are in the same location. Don't move those. All you need to do is move finger 3 to the fifth string, third fret, and you got it right here on your C chord. So do you see how that's similar, but the same, but yet still a little different? So you can go back and forth between A minor and C very easily by simply moving your third finger back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but leaving fingers 1 and 2 where they're at. All right, now let's take a look at your C chord fingerings and let's relate it to G7. I call the C chord the skinny chord and the G7 chord the fat chord. Let's show you why. Take a look at how these fingers are lined up. 1, 2, 3. They're kind of like a straight line. See that? Almost like a straight line. Now take a look at the way the fingers are lined up in the G7. Almost still the same straight line, but yet they're further apart between fingers 1 and then 2 and 3. Now let's take a look at where finger 1 is. It's on the first fret, second string. All you need to do is move that first finger to the floor, one string, and you're still on the first fret. Now your first finger's on the first fret yet, but now on the high E string. Now take a look at where number 2 is, finger number 2. Finger number 2 is on the second fret. Finger number 2 in the G7 chord is on the second fret. Notice you're on the 1, 2, 3, 4th string for the C chord, and you just move it over one string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're on the 5th string. So you're going to move that one the opposite way that you did finger 1, just one string over. Now let's take a look at your third finger. Your third finger on your C chord is on the 3rd fret, 5th string, and if you look at the G7, it's on the 3rd fret again, but now you move it further away from the first finger again, and it's still on the 3rd fret, but now it's on the low E string, 3rd fret. Okay, so that's why I call it the skinny and the fat chord, because it's still the same shape, but now you're just moving finger 1 in one direction and finger 2 and 3 apart from each other. So practice going back and forth between C and G7. Another thing I like about C and G7 is the fact that finger 1 is on the 1st fret, finger 2 is on the 2nd fret, finger 3 is on the 3rd fret. So you can never really mess up which fret to use. It's just 1, 2, and 3. Frets 1, 2, 3. Now let's take a look at our last two chords, and that would be your G7 and your G chord. And there's only one note that's different, and that is your first finger or your pinky, finger 4. Notice finger 2 and 3 are still in the same place. 2 is on the 2nd fret, 5th string. 3 is on the 3rd fret, 6th string. Notice here it's the same thing. But the only difference, instead of using finger 1 on this first string, you're going to lift that one up and you're going to drop your pinky right there on the third fret, the same that your third finger is on. So you got to stretch that pinky down. And on the video that I'm going to show you in the next couple of slides, I will show you a couple of different ways to play the G chord, depending on how your hand formation is or what's easier for you. All right, so if you need some help again with this, go ahead and rewind this video and watch it again. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next videos where we will show you in person how to actually create these and make these relationships between these fingers. Keep working hard. See you in the next video.